So just allow yourself to fully relax. Allow your experience to unfold just as it is. We are not interested in manipulating our experience, changing our experience. We are just allowing it to be. And we are also not seeking or looking for a particular experience. It's more of an allowing of experience in this moment to come to us. We're just sitting or lying and watching, observing, seeing, perceiving, feeling, thinking. You may hear the sounds. Thoughts may arise in you. emotions, feelings. Some may be tired because it's early. Some may be tired because it's late. Excitement, maybe boredom, little restlessness. All is welcomed in your seeing. As I said, it's almost like listening to music that we enjoy. It's like seeing, listening to our experience, listening in the form of just being open, fully receptive to all of our thoughts, feelings, sense perceptions. We are simply aware of those thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions. And in this seeing, listening, being aware, we naturally, effortlessly take a stand as awareness, so to speak. Awareness or consciousness, the silent background of all of our human experience. We don't have to do anything to become this awareness, this silent background. It's just here, now, always, lovingly welcoming all of our experience. And just the very simple fact that we stop manipulating our experience based on some likes and dislikes, I want or I don't want, from a conditioned mind, from a separate me, just by giving those thoughts the space, so to speak, to arise and subside, not grabbing them and not pushing them away, allows this silent background, this substratum, this awareness, this consciousness to shine through into our experience, to come more to the foreground, so to speak. And we discover directly in our experience this whole other dimension of our being, this vastness, this spaciousness, prior and beyond our thoughts, feelings, sense perceptions. Believing and consequently feeling to be a separate person, a separate me, contracts this awareness, this consciousness. Contracts and limits this consciousness, and makes us believe and feel that we are very little, very limited, limited in and by this body. And simply by relaxing and allowing and letting go of trying or doing or achieving anything, simply by allowing our experience to unfold in front of us, so to speak. This whole other dimension of our being. reveals itself to us. It may feel or seem that we're kind of expanding into the space. It's just this relaxing of consciousness, letting go of the tightness of the contraction. Of being a separate me. See that this is a completely effortless process. All that we're doing, so to speak, is we stop pretending, stop doing, stop believing. To be this bundle of thoughts, feelings, perceptions, to be me. I'm just describing what is happening. We're not doing it. We're just aware of those thoughts, feelings, perceptions, possibly images. And just by being aware of them, we stop identifying with them to be me. Just allowing my experience to unfold as it is. Just allowing it to be and unfold as it is already frees me. frees me of believing the thoughts that are based on this apparent separate me, that apparent separate self, that bundle. We don't have to think about it even. It's just happening. By being aware of what is happening in my experience. And then, if it's okay for you, let's go a bit further. And bring awareness to your body. Direct your awareness, so to speak. That was just naturally aware of all of your experience to your body. And in this little meditation, this little experiment, let's forget for a moment the idea of my body. And when the eyes are closed, which is the case for most of you, you don't see the image of the body either. And I would suggest maybe for that part of the meditation to close the eyes. Which makes it easier to really meet the experience of my body just as it is, without the ideas about my body and without the image of my body. What do you see? What do you experience in your direct experience? Without thought about my body. If there is thought, we're welcoming it, we're seeing it, but for this moment, we won't engage with thought about our bodies. we try to stick for this moment, for the time being of this little meditation, to our direct experience of our bodies. And here, in the same way, like before, we don't look for something particular. We don't focus our attention. We just stay in this seeing, in this receiving, could say. We're just allowing the experience of our bodies to come to us, to our awareness. There's no effort whatsoever. So without thought and without the image of the body, what is it that we are experiencing? Is it really something solid, or is it more of an unfathomable, undefinable bundle of sensations, vibration? Dancing its dance in us, awareness. For example, if you bring your awareness to what thought would describe as your feet, what is there? Is it not simply a bundle of tingling sensations? dancing its dance in your consciousness. On the screen of your awareness, so to speak. Is this bundle of sensations, this amalgam of sensation, is it really solid? Is it really heavy? Or is it rather just floating in this space of awareness? Is there really a border between this bundle of sensation and the space, the awareness? Thought and the image that we put aside for this little meditation now would say my skin is the border where I end and the world begins, so to speak. But does that match our experience? Do you find such a border in your experience? Such a limitation? Or is there rather just this space of awareness in which all this vibrations, sensations, tingling sensations, could call it energy maybe, for those who have that sensitivity. Whatever we call it is not right, because it's not a thought, but we are experiencing it. We don't need to think, these are my feet, to feel this aliveness in the feet, this tingling sensation. Same for the hands, maybe, or your face. We know for certain without the need of thought. We, awareness, are aware of this network, this bundle of sensations that thought describes as our body. And as we shine the light of awareness on our bodies, you may notice that those sensations, this bundle as a whole, kind of comes possibly more to life. It kind of celebrates the spotlight of awareness. It's like, oh yeah, thank you for seeing me, for feeling me. This is our subtle body, our mind, experientially, practically. This is how we can experience and meet our mind, especially our feelings, experientially as sensation. There are two kinds of those sensations, so to speak. The ones are what we could call maybe physical sensations. You're sitting on the chair or on the bed or lying on the bed. The meeting point of your body and the chair and the bed or the bed. The contact is a sensation. Another time we might look if there is a border between you and this chair or bed. But for today, just see that this is one kind of sensation. And then there is a vast majority of other sensations that are kind of more subtle. They're just this floating, unfathomable dance of vibration, sensation. These are our feelings. Thought is not able and is often scared to meet feelings because thought cannot actually touch the feelings. It doesn't really know feelings. Thought can only think feelings, translate feelings into thought. And it gathers safety, security in those translations. But in our actual experience, like now in this little experiment, we can see that thought is kind of on one side of our experience. And those sensations, those feelings are independent, floating freely, free from thought in us, in consciousness, in awareness. And besides those limiting beliefs that we carry as thought that make us believe to be this separate me, this separate person, there is this huge storage of feelings, pockets of separation, I call it sometimes. Feelings that were not met based on this idea of being a separate me, that are waiting there to be finally seen, to be finally felt, to be finally enlightened, we could say. In this awareness, we might have a very firm understanding on the level of dismantling old beliefs of a separate me, but there might be still a whole bunch of feelings that have the power to make me feel and perceive as a separate me, to kind of not really experience myself one, not separated with the universe, with other beings, so-called other beings. So this is part of our satsang, so to speak. This subtle body, this inner body of sensation, often naturally in the meetings, in the satsang, kind of gets activated. Things start to move. Start to move because they are held, so to speak, in this awareness, in our shared being. They are kind of invited and welcomed to say hello and wave goodbye. In awareness, in our shared being, they are seen for what they are. Just, you could say, confused, ignorant pockets of separation. Pure consciousness or pure love in disguise. In a costume of separation, as frustration or restlessness or boredom or maybe even anger, sadness. We all carry many of those. So in our meetings, they're welcome to emerge and be released if we do it actively in a meditation like now, or just in general by listening to the satsang, participating in the satsang. All we have to do, so to speak, which is not a doing as we've seen in the meditation, is to just be aware of that dimension in our experience, this dimension of sensation, of vibration, this subtle body, this inner body, to be simply aware of it while we're talking about this or that, or listening to this or that. And to round this little or not so little meditation up, see clearly in your own experience that the container, so to speak, for your experience to feel is not your body. It's not sensation that feels sensation. See clearly that you that is feeling, that is perceiving those feelings, those sensations. You are the container, so to speak. Consciousness, your awareness is the container. You are not in your body. Your body is in you. The same is true for thought. You are not somewhere here inside of your head, in your mind. Thought doesn't perceive thought. Thought is not aware of thought. You are. You, consciousness, are aware of the thoughts, of the feelings, of the sense perceptions. You are this vast, possibly unlimited container, container of your experience. It's not your body. It's not your mind. All of your experience is happening in you. Awareness, including this apparent separate me, this person, that is nothing than a bundle of thoughts about me, ideas about me, my feelings, my body, all of that is perceived, is received. All of that, you awareness are aware of all of that. See clearly, there is nothing outside of you. This separate me is just an appearance in you, in your true you. In us, in our shared being. Sounds, the temperature on your skin, the sensation of you sitting or lying down, the sensation of feelings, my voice, thoughts. You can be only aware of all of that simultaneously because the container is this awareness, this consciousness that you are. It's everywhere. Separation, including the idea of a separate me, is nothing but an idea.